All right, let's talk about adding and subtracting polynomials. First of all, what the heck are polynomials? Well, you've actually been dealing with polynomials the first lesson 6 and 7, but now we're going to add them together. So let's actually go ahead and define this. So polynomial expression basically is groups of terms, and we'll talk about what terms are. Groups of terms held together. This is kind of an informal definition. By addition or subtraction. Okay, and terms are basically like numbers and variables that are held together with multiplication. Okay, so what are some examples of polynomials? Well, we have monomials, binomials, and polynomials. Trinomials and then polynomials. So a monomial would be a polynomial. They're all polynomials, but a monomial would be a polynomial that only has one term. So that would be something like 3 or x or -1/2. Those would be monomials. Binomials would be 2 terms. So that would be like x plus 5 or 3y minus 6. Those would be binomials. Trinomials are going to have 3 terms. So that would be like x squared plus 2x minus 1. That would be a trinomial. And then polynomials, well, these are all polynomials. Every single one of these is considered a polynomial. It's just 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms. Those have special names. But they could be bigger. So we could have like a polynomial, like a 4-term polynomial would be like 3x minus 2xy plus 6 minus, 2y, just making something up. So you can see here that these are the terms. In a binomial, there's your 2 terms. The terms are held together by multiplication. This is 3 times y, okay? And then the minus 6, these are your 2 terms, 3y and 6, held together by subtraction in this case. So that's just some quick vocabulary for you. So now what we need to do is we need to combine these things together. You actually already learned how to multiply them because we did distributive property, and that's how you multiply. But we need to be able to add and subtract these things together, and there's a few more rules that we need to consider when we're talking about adding and subtracting. So let's take something that we're familiar with. Good old money. Good old money. There you go. We're all familiar with money. If I asked you to add this up, none of you would have any issue with this. You would say, well, that's $3, and then we have 60 cents. There's 6 dimes here, so that's 60 cents and 3 pennies. So without much issue at all, every single one of you would tell me, oh, no problem. That's $3.63. Okay, well, how did we really do that? How come what we really did there was we said, okay, this is 3 times $1, and this is 6 times 10 cents, and this is 3 times 1 cent. Okay, so what you really did was you multiplied these together, and then you added up those things. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because you wouldn't say, oh, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. None of you thought this was $12. And that's because these have different values. A dollar does not have the same value as a dime. So we understand you can't just add dimes to dollars and call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6. You can't do that. You have to take into account that a dime has a different value than a penny and has a different value than a dollar. Well, the same thing is true when we're doing polynomials. You can't add together something that's x squared with x because we don't know the value of the variables. So that would not work. We don't know if x squared is the same thing as x. So we have to keep those separate. And the way we do that is we call them like terms. So like terms are, what we would say is two things are like terms if they have the same variable and the same exponent. That's important too. Same variable and same exponent. So we're going to combine together things that are the same, and we're not going to combine things that are not the same. Okay, so let's take a look here. The first thing I'm asked to do is I'm asked to add these two polynomial expressions. So here's two trinomials, and we want to add them up. Now, our first goal is to get rid of the parentheses, and to get rid of parentheses, we do any distribution that we see. In this case, there's no distribution. I'm adding, and there's no number in front of the parentheses, so there's no distribution. So what I can actually do here is I can actually dump the parentheses. In the next problem, we're going to see that we have to do a little work to get rid of the parentheses. Once you've gotten rid of the parentheses, now we just want to combine the like terms. And I like to use colors and shapes to designate the like terms. So in this case, I'm going to start with 4x squared. What else is like terms with 4x squared? Remember, same variable, same exponent. 2x squared is like terms with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a blue circle. If you don't have colors, that's okay, around the things that are like terms. And notice I always take the sign that's in front, that's to the left. So I have 4 copies of x squared plus 2 copies of x squared gives me 6 copies of x squared. Okay, now moving on. Next thing I see is plus x. Keep in mind that's plus 1x. Write it in if you have to. What's like terms with that? The 3x. So 1 copy of x plus 3 copies of x gives me 4 copies of x. And what am I left with here? I'm left with, I'll use black, plus 7 and plus 1, that's plus 8. And there's my final answer. Let's do one more. Okay, I know this video is a little on the long side, but this is all important. Okay, so in the next one, I see a trinomial and a polynomial, a 4-term polynomial. And again, now I see subtraction in front of the parentheses. That means I need to do some work. If you need to, put an invisible 1 here, because what we're going to do is we're going to distribute that minus sign, that minus 1. We're going to distribute it through the parentheses. Okay, so the first polynomial's got nothing going on, so I can just write that down. 3x to the third minus 2x plus 8. And then I'm going to multiply everything inside this second polynomial by negative 1, which basically just changes the signs. So now I have negative 1x squared minus 5x squared minus 5x plus 7. Okay, let's do our like terms. First one I see is I see 3x to the third. And I got to be honest, I don't see any other x to the thirds here. So that's just going to stay 3x to the third. All right, now we like to go in exponents in decreasing order. So I'm actually going to jump over to this right here. So I've got some x squared terms. I see negative 1x squared and I see negative 5x squared. And so I've got negative 1 copies of x squared plus negative 5 copies of x squared. That's negative 6 copies of x squared. Then I see a minus 2x and a minus 5x. That's going to be minus 7x. And then lastly, I have positive 8 and positive 7. That is positive 15. Okay, so that is how we add and subtract polynomials together, otherwise known as combining like terms, which is usually the last step whenever we're simplifying. We always want to combine like terms. And so now you can go practice this.